Afrobeat Intelligence Podcast.
Afrobeat Intelligence. Democratizing African music.
Okay. It's good to see you, bro. As always. As
Many
always.
years now. I think last time we had something like this was
2020. Those times when our music was changing. And that was around that period. You were minted and you hit mainstream focus in 2019.
Yeah.
And then 2020 you went over the top, man.
Yes, sir.
Went over the top. Well done. And then December, I was with you at your event.
Yeah. Hope you had fun.
Yeah, I had fun.
Because
Yeah.
that was the whole point. Just
Yes.
Come and turn up.
I had fun. And a lot of the time I was just thinking about how you've grown, how you've navigated your path up until this point.
Yeah.
At this level, what's the dominant feeling you have now about your career and where you're at right now?
I'd say the dominant feeling is I'm totally responsible for whatever happens to me at this point. You understand? Like, whether good or bad.
So responsibility.
Yeah, responsibility. Definitely. So I'm definitely more invested in every aspect of my music and my business and my profession and all of that. Yeah.
And does that feel like this is the first time that you've been able to like have this responsibility?
Yeah.
Where your life has been in your hands, literally. How does it feel?
Funny enough, I am excited.
You are?
I am. Because I'd say I'm somewhat, naturally as a person, I like to do things myself. Like I prefer doing things myself. It just makes me feel better. If I feel like I can't do it by myself, I will.
Yeah.
I will. Like, I won't say I'm this kind of person that likes to leave things to people to do for me. If I feel like something I can't do easily, I'll just do it by myself. So at this point in my career, I'm just super, super excited because now, like, everything still boils down to the decisions that I make for myself.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
And you've making music itself is you betting on yourself.
Yeah.
And you've done that creatively. Now you just get to do that business-wise.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking, when you say responsibility, it means you are in charge of yourself.
Yeah. 100.
So straight up, I'm going to ask you straight up now. You've left Empower.
The way you say you left Empire, like see now fight. I've been there for a minute, so
Yeah.
like since the start of my career, and yeah.
So now
we're done. Yeah.
How does that feel? Did you cry? Did you?
No. I say it was just like mixed feelings, and I'm even happy. One thing I'm really happy about is the fact that we're able to do this for so long.
Yeah.
On a very, very good scale and level. And for me, I feel like every book has different chapters. So I'd say it's just another chapter for me. Yeah.
And with Empower, when you entered,
Yeah.
I'm very curious about like your deal with Empower, your time there.
Yeah.
Because what you did was you were the main artist that validated Mr. Eazi's business case.
Yeah.
Because Empower is, in music, Empower made all the inroads it did using you as the proof of concept.
Yeah.
And you carried the entire platform. Yeah, that's what you did. That's what you did. Let's not mince words here.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, you did. Joeboy was Empower.
Mm.
That was it. You always, of course, Mr. Eazi was also working as an artist,
Yeah.
recording and performing artist. But when you think of the record label itself,
Yeah.
you held it down. When you joined Empower, what did you go in for?
What did I go in for? So I'll just start from the very, 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 very beginning.
Yeah.
So I used to make music. I used to make like covers of popular songs.
Mm-hmm.
Then Mr. Eazi saw one of those videos.
Well, what platform?
On Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah, so he saw one of the videos and somebody sent it to him, actually, a friend of mine. Sent it to him, like she didn't know him personally or all of that. Just forwarded it to him that let's just try. I told her not to bother then. I told her, like, don't worry about it. He might not answer. You understand? But it wasn't the only person she sent it to. She sent a bunch of artists. But thankfully, he saw it.
She believed in you more than you believed in yourself.
Like that's one thing I'm very, very grateful for. Even like times where I felt like this things didn't really matter or whatever. It was always like friends or people around. I used to tell them that, guy, just go for it. Like the cover that Mr. Eazi saw wasn't even my idea. It was my friends. They were like, guy, try and do a cover with the song. Song is big now. Ed Sheeran shape of you. Song is big now. Just try and do it. So I was like, at that point, I was like, I've not really listened to the song. Like, just try and do something. And I did. The next day, we posted it up on IG. Next thing is going kind of viral.
Yeah.
I think that was my most engaged post ever on Instagram then.
Yeah, it was buzzing.
It was buzzing. Next thing, I get a comment on my video.
Yeah.
Of Mr. Eazi. While I'm still thinking of a response, he sends me a DM. Like, yo, Alpha, I love your sound. Then he sends his number, then we start talking.
And just a lot of layers here. So first, how long have you been in music before? Have you been making music before this time?
Yeah, I have.
No, I mean, like, how long have you been making music?
I'd say 2014, so like 3 years before then.
So 3 years before then, you were making music before.
Yeah.
And would you say, and you know how the nature of music is, you create things, you throw it at the wall, create things, you throw it at the world, hoping that something sticks.
Yeah.
More than ever. It's only when one sticks before you begin to like strategize a lot more to make sure more stick.
Intentional. Yeah.
Yes. But when you do that for 3 years without any sort of headway or opportunity or any sort of hope, does it kill your spirit?
No. So for me, there's this thing I always say now, like, I'm not famous because I wanted to be. I'm famous because I am really good at what I do.
Okay.
So for me, I just enjoyed making music. I was in school then, so it was just like leisure for me, like an hobby that just helped me relax. I just loved creating because artists were people I usually respected before I even knew I could sing. Like, I was like, Whiskey is dropping this kind of song. So the fact that I could do something like that too just like kept me going. So I was like, whatever happens, I'll just keep making music. If it pops, it pops. If it doesn't, whatever. But I just knew that I had to keep making music. So for me, I didn't have like a time frame that, if I no blow this year, you don't finish. I felt it was something that I could not escape.
It felt inevitable.
Whether it was the outcome was going to be good or bad, I knew it was something I was going to keep doing. So I didn't do it because, I wanted to be famous, so I wanted to be big, I wanted to carry bad bitches and all that. I just liked making music. Generally, you can ask like my old friends. I just liked making music. And that was it. So there was no, like, I didn't make music with the pressure of, I never blew.
Yeah.
Because for me, it was just something I liked doing.
This is the first time I've seen someone say, I felt a sense of inevitability with my success.
Like, even when I tried to, like, you know what, let me just free this speech. Something will just, like, spark or encourage me that, you have to be serious. So the particular moment I realized that, okay, this is not a game anymore, when Mr. Eazi posted my video, the cover on his page.
Oh, he did.
And then I started getting DMs from people I used to reach out to that, but I never used to get any response. They started DMing me that, I love your song. Like, and I say, so that just gave me like serious dream to just like go in 100%. Yeah.
But that's also how the industry works.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it though.
Yeah.
At all. Charge it to the game. It is what it is. Yeah.
And the more you go further in the game, you'd understand why it's like that.
Yeah, now everybody's just looking for, I'd say, the next best thing.
Yeah. And sometimes it just needs someone to say, hey, this is good.
Yeah, it's just somebody that is there already, like,
this
like
thing.
a cosign.
Yeah.
Cosigns are really important. No cap. Yeah.
And so you guys, he sends the message, hits you in the DM, and then you guys arrange a meeting.
Yeah. So I didn't meet him until like, I'd say like 9 months later, but we used to chat. I didn't meet him in person.
And most of the conversations were regarding working together.
Yeah, he used to link me with producers. Like, go and meet E. Kelly. How many songs have you recorded? So he was just like kind of like guiding me. Do this, do that. Link up with this person. You know, he never used to be around like that. So he just used to like, link me up with people and stuff like that. Then we later met, I think towards the end of 2017 at the show he had in the hotel. And I remember that was the first time I met Burna Boy too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when did you guys sign?
Okay, so I know we signed 2018.
Yeah.
2018. So I remember I was in my third year in uni then.
Oh, you were still in school.
Yeah. And he sends me a message like, yo, do you want a deal?
that direct.
Yeah, like, what's your plan? Do you want a deal? I'm like, try to give me a deal. Send it now. Let me see. Like, yeah, and he did, and we started working together, and it was bliss. Yeah.
So, getting a deal in your third year in school
Mm.
from someone that as accomplished then as Mr. Eazi,
Yeah,
how was that feeling?
it was scary
In what sense?
because now at that point it had to work because now there are more people involved. It's not just about me just making my music. It had to work because now people are investing their time, their energy, and money
True.
into it. So now it wasn't like a joke thing anymore. It wasn't like something that, oh, I'll just do it because I feel like now I have to do it.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So it was scary at that point in time, but go hard or you go home.
And you chose to go hard.
I had to go hard. I had no choice, to be honest. Because I remember I studied human resources and personal management, and there was a strike for like 3 months.
No.
And I was like, oh, let me go and find a job. Let me go get a job. And I was searching for a job for 3 months in the whole of Lagos. And I did not get one single job.
You didn't check out the bus stops. You could manage the aberos.
Maybe everything. Because there was even a time I worked in a pure water factory. I worked as a marketing guy that used to share flyers and products and all of that jazz. Just anything to just gather money together. And at that point, I was like, wow, I'm looking so hard for a job and I can't seem to find a job. This is how I'm going to end up when I finish school. So that was also a trigger. I was like, okay, now you really have to make sure you make it. Because now, like, the doors are opening. I know Mr. Eazi. I can call him anytime I wanted. Baba, Alpha, this thing is going on, blah, blah, blah. So I knew I already had, like, let me say, a foot in the door.
Yeah.
So all I needed to do was just go out and keep pushing. Yeah.
And so when you got the deal, what changed I know your work ethic would change, of course.
Yeah.
But what changed in terms of your life?
My life. I was still at my parents' house at that point in time when I got the deal. I think I moved after baby blew up.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there was an advance and all of that, but it wasn't crazy. And I was really particular about that. I'm happy it didn't happen the way that, oh, you give me like some crazy bar before blowing up. So yeah, it wasn't crazy. So I just kept working. And what really changed for me, I guess things just became more serious. I was still pretty much the guy everybody knew at home.
Yeah.
Go to school, from school, head to the studio, record.
Yeah.
Send Mr. Eazi songs. Be like, okay, do this, do that, adjust this, adjust that. And yeah.
Okay. And all along this period, this sense of inevitability of success was still there.
Was still there. Yeah, doubts will come in once in a while, as every human go through it. But I just knew that as long as I kept focusing and being consistent, it was going to pop off. I just knew. But I didn't know it was going to be that big at first. You know, imagine I said, may I just blow for Nigeria. And next thing, you're sitting down in your house in Ojuelegba and your song is number 2 in Uganda.
No way.
Do you understand? Like, it was way bigger than we expected it to be at the beginning. Like, wow. So the song was popping off in, like Baby.
Yeah, Baby.
Popped off in East Africa before it even popped off in Nigeria.
Yeah.
It was through East Africa.
This
guy is actually Nigerian. Because I remember I met this guy, Baby Fresh. No, all teams. I was like, where are you from? Like, I'm from Nigeria. The guy, I did club for Uganda. They blast your song like live. So people didn't even used to realize I was actually Nigerian at that point in time because the song blew up outside first. So yeah, I knew that, this success was going to be inevitable if I just kept doing what I was doing. But I didn't expect it to be that big at that point in time. I don't think we were ready for it. I don't think anybody was.
So, yeah, you were still taking baby steps, trying to make sure it blows. And then when it blows, it goes beyond. Of course, you have to scale up to meet that level.
Yeah.
So, when you say you weren't ready for it for when baby blew,
yeah,
how were you not ready for it? You didn't have the systems to, I don't know, how were you not ready for it?
Like when you have an expectation that, okay, it's going to be, as long as you can get to here, the next thing goes all the way from here to there.
Yeah.
To there. And it just took a lot of adaptation and getting used to it. Like I had to adapt, I had to get used because it was so sudden. Like I dropped the song in March. by June, I'm already doing shows in countries that I thought that they don't even listen to Nigerian music there. I started doing shows in Tanzania, Rwanda, all those countries. In 3 months, I was like,
No
wow,
way.
this is actually really, really big. So,
That was very accelerated.
do you understand? And nobody really talks about how crazy it is from just being able to walk on the road, on the Jolegba road, to having to hide inside my house.
And then
Yeah.
your physical, like your physical belongings, your wealth had not gotten to the point where you change your entire existence.
Exactly.
Because the fame comes, and then the money catches up to the fame eventually if it's sustained.
If it's sustained. So I had to call Eazi then. I cannot stay here again because
What was happening? You couldn't walk out again?
I couldn't walk out because people already knew that this Joeboy guy who sing that baby song, he stays here. So I didn't used to step out of the house until maybe it was nighttime.
Yeah.
It was nighttime. So I knew that I had to leave because it was getting really crazy.
Oh,
I'd just be walking and be like, Joeboy. Damn. You understand?
Mhm.
Because at that point I didn't even believe that people would even know my face just yet.
Because you hadn't dropped the video.
I didn't drop the video.
It was the visualizer.
Exactly. But people still knew. I'll be in cars, I'll be in an Uber, and somebody will point at me like, no be Joeboy, be that. I'll go to school then, I'm like, Joeboy. I didn't think it was that crazy, but it was becoming very, very, very crazy.
You couldn't attend classes anymore?
I couldn't attend classes. So I had to call his dad, yo, Alpha. I need to get out of here. Then I got my first apartment in Bagada, Medina Estate.
Oh.
That was the first time I moved out to my parents' house. Yeah.
Did they take it well?
Hmm?
Did they take it well?
They were surprised because I remember sending my mom a certain amount of money at that point, and she was so like, Are you doing fraud? Are you doing you understand? Because it was like somewhat unbelievable because I was just that guy that would go to school, come back. And I was making music, but they didn't think it was something that I was going to like dive into like 100%. And like I was acting like an artist. There's a certain way an artist.
Yeah.
Like, I was just doing my normal stuff and just recording music.
You didn't have that rebellion?
No, at all. And I'm thankful for my friends. They gave us so much freedom. They'll tell you, this is good, this is bad. We're not going to stop you from doing what is bad, but this is what will happen to you if you do what
If
is
you make
bad.
these choices.
Exactly. So it's left to you. So there was no like, don't go out at this time. I could sleep outside. I could bring girls home. And you tell me you get the girl pregnant when you don't have money. You're going to suffer. You understand? So there was that. I always respect and love my parents for that. There was that freedom and they told us the truth. There was no trying to sugarcoat things. They'll tell you that, this is how it's going to be, this is how it is, blah, 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 blah. And we were and that really, really helped me just navigate life, to be honest. It helped me become calm,
Yeah.
crazy situations. Yeah.
And you left Eazi. You left your house in the Jolegba.
Yeah.
Moved to Medina Estate.
Yeah.
How long did you stay there?
Stayed there for a year. And I moved to the island. Yeah. I stayed there for a year. But that was one area I really, really liked because it was very, very homely.
It was?
Like there's something about
It made you feel like connected to
exactly. It's people like even now I don't even know my neighbors. Like my neighbor could walk up to me and I'm your neighbor black.
I don't know you.
Medina, it wasn't like that. I knew my neighbors. There was like a sense of community. On the island, it's not so much.
And also, when this was happening, if we could stretch this beyond Empower for a bit, when this was happening, when you were popping up, you had other people that were around that point. So you had Fireboy.
Yeah.
There was Rema also.
Yeah.
These were people that came up the system with you. And you guys changed the trajectory of Nigerian music. You guys became the new school.
New sound.
New sound. when you heard that thing, when they called you, that's such a responsibility to put on kids.
I was like, wow.
Every time you heard new sound, how did that feel?
But I'll be honest, I guess I didn't understand the gravity of all of that at that point in time because there was so much going on.
Yeah.
It's like a tornado. Like everything is just moving really, really fast. So
yeah.
It's hard for you to just focus because next thing you're thinking of the next song to drop that'll be big. Next big song to drop. You're trying to make songs. You're trying to pattern relationships.
Yeah.
Both old and new.
Yes.
Do you understand? Like it gets crazy.
You have to learn the politics.
Exactly. So it gets crazy. So there's so much going on that is very, very easy to like not realize some things. So for me, I don't think I really realized that at that point in time. And I think it was kind of a good thing. Because that way I did not feel the pressure as much.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were just focused on doing the next thing.
Yeah. But one thing I wish I did was take time out and just chill and just take it all in.
Okay.
I don't think at that point I took time out to take it in. I was just going.
Yeah, because you shared pamphlets on the street, and you know how these things are.
Fair.
And so this happened. This was happening for you, and then something else within the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Within the last 2 years, it felt like Joeboy. I'll use the word plateaued.
Yeah.
And I'll be very honest with you. It felt like Joeboy plateaued. You did alcohol.
Yeah.
Alcohol was super
Super
alcohol.
super, even to now.
Till-
It's crazy.
Alcohol is super record. And then somehow it felt like Joeboy plateaued.
Yeah.
Well, before that, before we get into that part, alcohol.
Yeah.
You have a lot of hits under your belt.
Yeah.
Hit making. How do you make hits? Like if someone like I'm asking you directly, like how do you make hits?
To be honest, I feel like you just make yourself available to it.
In what sense? How do you make yourself available to making hits?
Keep recording. You keep recording and record for no reason. Like, so one thing I usually do is when I'm trying to record a song, when I'm making a song, I don't make a song that I want to make this song be hits.
Yeah.
I don't make a song that feels best to me at that particular point in time. Because I feel like people can tell the soul in your music that just makes them connect to it.
True.
And to be honest, I feel it's more of a spiritual thing than logical.
Okay.
Yeah. Some songs, and I might be talking crazy now, but some songs
No,
just
you're not
come to
talking
you.
crazy.
Yeah.
This is your
yeah,
learning
no.
about your
No,
creative
somebody else
process.
might see what I'm saying and think
No, that's not crazy.
I'm not.
No,
That-
yeah.
But some songs just like come to you.
Yeah.
Like you can't explain it. So I can't say, oh, do this or do that to make a hit. Before, I would say that, but I think I was ignorant at that point in time. But I can't say, do this or do this to make a hit. To be honest, there's no formula, there's no pattern. It will just come. You just have to be ready to receive it when it comes.
So being ready, if I'm trying to get you right. So I've been doing a lot of reading on creativity, the concept. There's this book, War of Art, Stephen Presley. I just finished Rick Rubin's book, The Creative Mind.
Yeah, I read that too. That book is
Heavy. And I read, if you paired that with this James guy, James Chase. So James Chase, Atomic Habits, everything. What
Let me write that down.
Atomic Habits, you should read it. Beautiful book.
Atomic Habits.
James Clear. Yeah, James Clear, not James Clear. James Clear. I kept mixing it with James Hadley Chase.
Okay.
James Clear. Atomic Habits. Too beautiful. One of the best books you'd read.
Yeah, I know. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, you should. It's beautiful. But when they explore the concept of creativity, so Presley would see it as, creativity comes from the gods. It's a muse. So you have to say a prayer to the muse, keep yourself open to the muse to come in, show up at the same place every day. That when you say record for no reason.
Yeah.
So show up at the same place every day and show up session. Same as this Atomic Habits guy. He'll tell you all the multiple ways you can improve productivity and creativity by just making it a habit, showing up every day. Consistency. That's what it boils into. So, and now you're saying it that for you, this has been something that has worked for you.
Yeah.
The ability to constantly record
Just constantly.
makes it easier for impactful records to flow through.
Yeah, for sure. So I feel like it should not be a situation of, you don't record for 4 months. Then you now come and say, I want to make a hit song. It can still come on. But I feel like it's easier or better if you are recording the way you would drink water every day.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I've noticed with every legend, because I read autobiographies, I watch their documentary and stuff.
Yeah.
They're always working.
Yeah.
And there's one thing they say, the sun shines every day. The sun comes up every day. So you just have to show up every day. And the universe will reward you.
Yeah.
One way or the other.
Yes. Yes. Huh. So one of the things I like to tell artists who we're just starting is, I hope you have your own studio. If there's anything you would do for yourself, just get your own studio and make sure you're able to make your own music. Like, as easy as this.
Yeah.
If you sort that out.
Like, you're on the right path if you sort that out, to be honest. Like, having your own studio, having your own space where you can just record without for no reason. Like, just like, for example, I have a studio downstairs in my house. Sometimes I have ideas and I just go downstairs and I record.
That's it.
And learning how to record yourself also.
Too important.
Too important. It's not like, oh, you might use the final version. It just helps you like lock in ideas. Yeah.
But before all of these happened for you, how were you recording?
Big shout out to Oxygen Mix, my guy, my brother.
Shout out to Oxygen
So,
Mix.
like, fun fact, baby, beginning, don't call me back. Don't call me back. All for you, blessings, nobody, call.
Wow.
All these songs were recorded in Bajlaye compound, Shomolu.
Wow.
Yeah. With Oxygen Mix.
So you guys were a pair working together.
Yeah, we're like Batman and Robin.
Okay. And then alcohol. So was it the same process? This process of creative consistency
Yeah.
that birthed a song like Alcohol?
Yeah, definitely. Because the kind of person I am, even if I drop an album today, I'll most likely record again tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have so many songs that might not make it out. Maybe I'll start selling songs.
You should.
In case you want to buy songs,
You
call
should.
me. I'll actually start like selling or just like writing songs for people too. Because I record a lot of songs I know that I might not be able to put out by myself. So for SIP, it was kind of the same idea. I was in Ghana with Oxygen
I like
Mix.
to call it alcohol.
I'm used to calling it SIP.
Why did you change? It was alcohol
It
before.
was alcohol, but NBC, they said
You can't.
that we should not promote alcohol. Like, people don't drink, but yeah, whatever.
Okay.
So, for me, SIP, alcohol. we recorded alcohol in Ghana, and at that point in time, I was just really stressed out, and I was sipping wine,
Yeah.
and I was thinking, oh, why do people drink?
Okay.
It's not as if like alcohol is one of the most delicious tasting drinks ever.
No, it's not.
So I was like, okay, it helps take away your anxiety, helps you relax, helps you become more outgoing. Sometimes makes you somewhat happy.
Yeah.
I decided to make a song about that feeling. That's it.
And that was it.
And the second verse was actually the first verse. Yeah. And I remember sending it to Tempo, and Tempo was like, no, let's not start the song too sad. You understand? Let's make it happy at the beginning, then we can now get into the sad part. So we adjusted it and we put it out. And it was bigger than we expected again.
No way. You just mentioned Tempo, and that brought something else to my head.
Yeah.
With what happened with Asha and Contour. You didn't really carry that thing on your head?
No, to be honest, because there was nothing to be done. Like, I wasn't even supposed to be involved in the first place. Like, oh, you have an issue with somebody, address it. Like, don't involve me in that. Because to me, I feel like...
So for those who don't know, let me just make it clear. So for those who don't know, Joeboy's single Contour was the subject of a suit by Asha, the legendary Asha, because she claimed to have co-created the production with Tempo, but somehow it ended up with Joeboy. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, but at that point, I was just on my own kumbaya happy, like making my music and just trying my best to put it out the best way possible. And that came up, and I kind of got involved. It got to a point where, okay, I got the mail and they were saying I should remove the song in 24 hours, or in 48 hours, and I'm like, I might have felt some type of way, like, oh, there was an issue. Like, there's no way Asha was going to DM me or send me a message. I won't respond.
Yeah.
Or try to speak with her. That,
So
okay.
they didn't go through the back channels?
No. Like, just to clarify things, right? Next thing, I just, like, get a mail that she moved to so song in 24 hours or this or that or that or that. So the first thing I did was call Tempo, like, yo, if I was going to, is there any issue? They were like, nah, technically. And I called my lawyer, so he said, technically, like,
Nothing.
nothing. So, and that was that. Like, I didn't get anything from them anymore. But yeah, But it's never in a matter of like, it's not like I hate anybody or I'm trying to fight anybody or whatever. I just will not be disrespected or be put into like petty wars
True, I get
that have
you.
no business with me. So I just have to clarify that.
I get you. And so back to after alcohol, and then we're talking about the plateau. Did you experience the plateau? Because from this end, I saw it.
Yes, no, like yes. But one thing I've come to learn is like there's what I've realized as time and season.
Yeah.
Some things need to happen so you be wiser for it and be more prepared for what is to come.
What caused it?
I won't say.
Because I'm thinking.
I'd say. Oh, go ahead.
Okay, no, you go. Because I'm trying to like broaden it. Because on this end, this is what I'm thinking from this end. So you come out with your peers at a time when Afrobeats to the World was taking off. And what has happened since then was we have made a lot of inroads into different markets, a lot of wins and all that. You have a lot of wins under your belt, multiple markets. But at the same time, we've seen this marriage between your peers and the major labels.
Yeah.
And how that has accelerated their careers.
Yeah.
So you think of Fireboy, and you think of YBNL and Empire.
Yeah.
You think of Rema, and there's Maven, and after a while, they got extra funding from angel investors, BJ Pittman, and all of that. But you would also know they had, at some point, it was Caroline working with him, distributing him, and of course, they still have their deals. So you think of that, and then for you were solely tied to him, like connected to Empower.
Yeah.
And somehow, I like to think the same way local operators, to expand their wingspan or blast radius, in the manner of speaking. I like to think you weren't afforded that. You didn't get into that sort of partnership.
Yeah. I would if I could.
but you could. But you
I
couldn't
because I was signed with Empower at that particular point in time.
Did you push for it?
I did.
Okay.
I did, but for some one reason or the other, it wasn't pulling through.
And so you respected your deal?
Yeah, I had to respect my deal because I knew people came up to me and were like, yo, you can pull out of this. You are not on any negative, like, bro, because I made so much money. We made so much money. You understand? Like, I'm not the artist that you say is in somebody.
So you recouped?
Like mad. Like mad.
Yeah.
Is that you recoup? Yeah. Like mad. I would say like I'm every label's dream.
Okay.
Yeah, when
because
it comes
you
to
balanced,
that,
you balanced every sheet.
Like mad.
Every column was green.
And I always do what I need to do. You don't have to tell me what to do. Okay. Like I know what to do. You don't have to wake me up and say, Joe, you're not. Like I know what to do.
So you didn't give anybody headache
at all. Like Mr Eazi, you can ask Mr Eazi, you can ask anybody in Power. Like, bro, they felt sad that I had to leave. Not like the people working in label, because like I was like their favorite guy. Or I am like their favorite guy. Like
it was easy to work with you. It was easy to work with you.
100%. Like I can beat my chest like mad. 100%.
Yeah, that's it. Because every label investor's dream is that they make their money back.
Yeah.
But when they can turn a profit, then that's a blessing. Actually.
Yeah. So I'd say at that point when SIP dropped, people were telling me that I could leave and bounce and all of that. But I knew I wasn't ready to leave. Like I didn't have an idea of what standing alone would be like. And it will have definitely been messy.
When did you start getting these propositions to leave?
After SIP dropped.
For real?
Yeah. Yeah. After SIP dropped. Like, yes, I could have decided to leave and just like, you know what? I don't even understand about that. Rough.
Yeah.
I could have turned to fight and whatever, but it would have been messy. And I wasn't ready to just like go all out and just stand on my own. I am now. I wasn't ready then. I'll be honest. And I knew. So like, you know what? Let me just stick to it till it's done. And yeah.
Well done for honoring your contract. Everything. And so before I brought the record label, the major label affiliation part, you were about to say something. I went first.
I can't remember what I was about to say.
So you were talking about like how you okay, when you experience something like a plateau, how does that reflect on you? How do you, as the person who is experiencing it,
Yeah.
what are your experiences?
Yeah. So when it hits you first, there's this like very, very depressing feeling. But if you are able to like overcome that and understand that it comes with every career,
Yeah,
there's always that point where things just seem somewhat skinny. So either it makes you or it breaks you.
yeah,
Yeah. So I just understood that okay, there's always that point, and you just have to look for ways to just readjust and pattern yourself, and just maybe there are some places because there's one thing I used to call subscription period.
yeah.
That's like 2 years after you blew. Whatever
Subscription period.
yeah, whatever I do within those 2 years, everything goes. It works.
Mhm.
Like it works. Like you drop the song, even the song is not as crazy as it should be. People will say accept it because you have that heat and that fact that oh you're still a new face. But after a while, people don't.
Yeah, that novelty just wears off.
Yeah, it wears off. So now you have to go harder than you've done before. Yeah, so I think it was just that period for me, and I just had to learn some things and just grow. Yeah.
So shout out to you for growing. But if you could be more specific, what are the things you learned? How did you grow? Because I'm trying to help other people who.
Okay. Yeah. So I'd say it's not just about the music. At the beginning, you are like, oh, I'll just make my music and just do my thing. And I've come to realize it's really not just about the music. At the beginning, maybe, but in the long run, there's a lot that comes into play. The way you market your songs, because there are more artists coming into the market. It's not just you. And people say the Afrobeat market is somewhat saturated now. And what worked 2 years ago might not work now.
True.
Based on marketing, like the industry is always changing and it's a very, very volatile place. So
Yeah.
you just have to be ready to observant enough to know what is going on. So I'd say the things that I needed to put into consideration was how the market was when I was dropping, having a marketing plan. Because I'll be honest, before SIP, everything before SIP and on SIP there was no marketing plan. We didn't carry like how many millions we're gonna spend on TikTok. It just happened. And you know, when something keeps happening like that continuously, it gets to the point where you just feel like, oh, all I have to do is just make great music.
Yeah.
You understand?
Because that's your main formula.
Exactly. Do you understand? But when it doesn't work first, then you now start looking for other ways to readjust and pattern it. So that was just it. Time and season.
And so you're proud of your. So I'd assume that you're proud of your time at Empire.
Yeah.
At Empower, rather.
Empower is proud of me. Very, 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 very
You
proud.
speak with so much confidence.
Like mad, like confident. That was like mad. They are very, very, very proud of me. You know, like the growth has been so evident, and yeah.
Okay, so that's done. That's in your review.
Yeah.
But first, how's your relationship with Eazi? Because I understand I've been here long enough to see a lot of these relationships. So that when people split, so we saw how the amount of rancor that Wizkid and Banky W had when they did theirs. We saw Runtown go through the same thing in front of us. Recently, we've seen Naira Marley and Mobad go through the same thing, and those are the public ones. But on the back end, there are also the ones that everyone says they are fine, but they're not. Everyone says they're fine. In front end, there's hugs, there's handshakes, but they're not really fine. And very few would, because nobody loves to lose their golden geese.
Yeah, I think is a pretty human feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the humanity of that shows up in that other one.
Yeah.
But your own, what would you say? How would you say yours is?
Yeah. So before the deal ended, we had a conversation.
Okay.
Just to hash things out, because Mr. Eazi is an ambitious person.
Mm-hmm.
I am too. So there'll always be like somewhat clashes. Like clashes of interest.
Yeah, because
but one thing I'd say was never confrontational.
Yeah.
My team could be fighting his team in emails and all of that jazz, but personally. There was no one-on-one basketballs. You understand?
Yeah.
And
It
so
wasn't personal.
it wasn't like a personal thing that, oh, I hate this guy or this guy hates me. So before the deal ended, we had a conversation and we just hashed things out. So it's like a pretty cordial relationship now.
Mm.
Yeah. There's no, I won't say there's any animosity on my own part though. I don't know. I can't speak for anybody else, but on my own part, there's no animosity. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm happy you did what you had to do.
Yep.
You got in, you hit it big.
I paid my dues.
You paid,
I paid my dues in full.
Yes, you did. And then you stepped out. So let's think about this future that you're trying to create, that you're creating for yourself.
Yeah.
What does it look like?
It's
You've created your own.
It's big. I've actually been planning this like 2 years prior.
Okay.
Because after sleep, and when I realized that I wasn't ready to go and stand on my own, I started planning from then that, okay, whenever I decide or whenever it's time to leave or just like finish the contract with Empower, I had to be ready.
But first, did you cry?
I did not cry. I did not cry. Like, you know the funny thing? Like, I can't even bring myself to cry.
Why?
Like, even when
That's your family.
there's been times when I've tried to cry
Okay.
over certain situations, but the water would just not drop.
I think you were dehydrated.
Maybe because the water. So I won't say oh, I cried. Of course, there'll be some emotional stuff there because these are the people that I actually like started with, and a lot of people in that company are like family.
Yeah.
They're like family. So yeah, definitely.
And they're very tied to like your success.
Exactly. And we all knew how we started. Like Empower was a new label, I was a new artist, and we managed to like navigate and break out through Africa. That's a big deal. You know, it's not easy to blow and stay blown over
True.
that period of time.
True.
It's crazy. The industry is crazy. So to be able to do that like consistently, it's such a big deal, and it takes a village, obviously. So I'm grateful to them. I feel like some people be like, oh, they could have done more, but I feel like they did what they could.
Yeah.
To be honest, like it's okay to see things from a certain perspective and say, these people know, or something. But if you're inside, you understand how things really are, and I feel like they did their best. To be honest,
Okay.
I won't say I'm happy with everything that they did,
Of course.
because nobody's perfect, but
True.
it is what it is.
True. So you've created your own company.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Young legend. Like, I know people speak, like, it's always like a cliche thing. Artists will leave Lebanon and go and start. And
But yeah,
just
but
bruh,
yeah, that stage.
I'm actually saying like it's not just a social media P or just like it's the real shit.
Okay.
Real.
So you've got your team.
Exactly.
You have your people. Because I know some of the people behind you, and there's some of the people I respect in the game.
Yeah.
People with actual credentials.
Doings.
So, Young Legend,
Yeah.
you've found the best people to work with.
Yeah. Sure.
Did you poach some people from Empower?
Did I poach? I probably did. But I won't say it was personal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I most definitely poached some people for sure. Yeah.
And how about, so we spoke earlier about record label affiliation. So
Yeah.
you're creating this for yourself.
Yeah.
Are you going into partnerships with a major?
Definitely. I think at this point it's really, really important if you want to do things on a big scale.
Okay.
And that is like exactly the plan. So yeah, there's a partnership.
Yes. Yes, I think.
I can, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, there's
So yeah, I know you're supposed to tell me.
Okay. So yeah, so there's partnership with Young Legend and Warner. And so you understand? So it's a big deal.
Congratulations.
It's a big deal. Before Nano now. I mean, like, no, not even before Nano. I am a music exec now.
Okay.
So put some respect on my name. Don't play. Oh
Exec
God.
Joeboy.
Oh God, don't play. And I'm so super excited about what is to come, because one thing I always used to say to my friends then is that I want to be a combination of Don Jazzy and Lamidi
Okay.
for Nigeria. Like,
Why?
Why? Because there's one thing to have to like come into the game and create your own wave and then help other people get into
Facilitate a lot more waves.
like it's just like I'd say it's just legacy. Like it's not about the money that is to be made or whatever. It's just the fact that I can say, I help people get on a certain platform. Because one thing I've come to realize that as time passes by, it gets harder for emerging artists.
True.
It gets harder. Before, you having a great song was enough.
True.
But now, you have a great song, you don't have backing or funding. Almost nobody gives a fuck. There's a 80% chance that nothing is going to happen. Be like, this song is sweet though, and that's the end because there's more people with great songs out there that have funding and backing. So it's like a rat race right now. Everybody's doing the best that they can to be heard because they say the market is saturated. I don't believe in that, Sha. I don't believe in the market being saturated. All you have to do is just find your own path and be focused on it. It might not deliver results immediately, but when it does well. Yeah, so I always had that dream that, okay, I'm going to help people actually like get into the industry too and do great things. And I've been inspired by what Olamide
and
that's
then just
Mr. Eazi has been doing.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
No,
it's not easy. And for me, I see that as an opportunity to just like help other people get on the platform. And also make a lot of money.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's important. The economics have to make sense.
Yeah.
But then something that always gets me when I think about music. So when I think broadly about like creativity and how the industry supports it, or how creativity gets into the industry and tries to survive via the ecosystem.
Yeah.
And so when someone like you would say, I felt the inevitability of my success and time and the universe has proven you right.
Yeah.
At the same time, you are in a market that I think is saturated with talents. So think of how many artists we have in this country. There are over 100,000.
Yeah.
Nearly, I'd say we have millions of people who are artists
Definitely.
in this country because I've traveled around. I've seen a lot of people. And we now have a market that means an average of 2 artists a year. Last year it was Charlie Poppy Odumodu Black. And I'm thinking, isn't that in itself some saturation?
I'd say there were some artists apart from Charlie Poppy and Odumodu that blew. Maybe not.
There's
not
industry
as
blow.
big as-
There's industry blow.
Blow now,
And there's
blow.
public blow.
Blow now,
No,
blow.
no,
One day, the blow go down big blow. You understand? Yeah, but I feel like, Charlie Poppy and Odumodu already like the biggest that came out last year, but I feel like there's some other people that actually like got some certain type of traction too. Yeah. So Odumodu, Charlie Poppy were the 2 guys that everybody was looking at because they were the hottest on that particular mainstream level.
That's mainstream blow. They had
They
mainstream
had
blow.
like serious mainstream blow.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I feel like everything is a process, to be honest. So as long as you keep going, it's going to pay off at some point. So I don't think it's something that should discourage you. I think it's something that should just make you work harder than the next man.
And then for all the other artists who have worked harder for years, decades become 2 decades.
Joey Akan is always trying to discourage boys from chasing their dreams. Don't listen to Joey Akan.
Listen to me.
If you listen to you, no blow.
Listen
But
to
I understand you're speaking from like the factual perspective
these are all
of it.
the numbers in front of me.
Yeah,
It's
fair
like
enough.
Everybody starts with this entire range of let's say this entire couch
Yeah.
is the number of artists. And then everybody dives towards one tiny door to go in there. And it just takes It trickles.
Yeah.
And think of an average of 2 artists a year. In a decade, we'd have made 20 artists. There's still a million more
Definitely.
just hanging.
But I feel like at some point, let me look at the camera in my eyes.
Yes.
I feel like at some point, everybody has their own time.
Okay.
So all you have to do is just like keep working. And I feel like people need to do it for the right reasons.
Okay.
Are you doing the music because you love it? Or doing it because you want to make money? Or you
True.
feel like, it's the hottest thing to do right now?
True.
There's also that factor.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people would say they're artists, but they're artists because it pays to be an artist right now.
Yes.
Exactly.
True. They're in it for the money. They're hustling.
Exactly. So I'd say like anybody trying to do that genuinely, just do it for the love and look for ways to improve yourself as time passes. One way or the other, at some point in time, I believe something is going to happen, something good, as long as you are good and learning and open to learning. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. That's really nice. That's the perfect creative answer.
But I don't think Joey Akan agree with what I said. And that is fair because there's been so many people that have tried and not.
No, I know them.
But just let me say, for example, imagine I didn't try.
Yes, true.
Imagine I did not try because I won't say I was the most ideal artist out there.
Yeah.
They'll say, they do like artists, they do like artists, but people do like they never blow each other. But but you understand?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. So I won't say I was the ideal artist or anything. So sometimes you just have to just go in scared, blind, or whatever. Then whatever happens, you stick with it. But do not be discouraged by the facts or the numbers. There is a way. Once there is a will.
Stay discouraged.
Don't mind anymore.
Okay, so honing back into you. So with Afrobeats to the World has happened.
Yeah.
You now have your partnership that will create your vehicle to more markets on a larger scale for you. I know we've talked about responsibility and how you feel it.
Yeah.
But more than ever, what's the difference now in terms of how you like inside of you compared to when you signed your first deal?
Yeah.
And this new one you signed?
So when I signed the first deal, I'll be honest, I didn't have like much prior knowledge of how the industry works. I would say I was naive.
Okay.
I wasn't like, I didn't really know what.
Did you have your lawyer then?
No, the deal was good though. No, like if it's about the deal.
The deal was good.
If it's about the deal, like big shout out to Mr Eazi. I know what other niggas are going through in this industry. And I would say it for a fact. You can hold on to it. I had the best deal. I had the best deal in Afrobeats history in Nigeria. I'm not joking. With a label.
That's a good thing.
With a label.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'd say before I signed the first deal, I wasn't so, I would say I wasn't confident at that particular point in time. I was just like, it was like new frontiers, like a new world to me. So I was just like still learning and learning and learning and learning. But right now, there's so much that I know that not a lot of people know on my level know.
Yeah.
Like there's so much that I know, and I'm grateful that I've gotten to know these things. Like, and the way I found out these things was through very, very challenging moments. And that's why I feel like challenging moments are very, very important for growth.
Because they make you
either they destroy you, depending on your mind. Either they destroy you or they help you become. Either it destroys you or helps you become a bigger and better factor or person.
Why haven't you thrown your hands up and given up? Because you could go the other way. What's different about you? Why do you choose to continue to forge on?
Because before the money, before the fame, before the attention, before everything, when I was sitting there alone in my room in Ojuelegba writing songs, I was doing it for the love. Like there's still that.
You still possess that love.
It will never go away. Like sometimes if I don't record, I feel weird. Like that love for music will never. I don't think it can ever go away. Like it's tied to me. I can't. Like I'm being honest. I can't help it. Like I cannot help it. So for me, what kept me going was just the love that I had for the music in particular.
And what does success do to that love? What does success do to that basic love?
Sometimes it takes you off road for sure. It makes you, sometimes things get so big and busy that you forget what is real and what is important, and you just have to bring yourself back to that moment.
And now that you've created the business, more than ever, still in relation to what I just asked.
Yeah.
Now that you've created the business out of this, that means you'd have to focus on a lot more things than even yourself. You have to be invested in multiple careers now.
Yeah.
You have to go through that. So you're now a businessman
Yeah.
more than an artist.
Mm-hmm. I don't say more than because that's why we have head of label.
Okay.
I'm not the head of label. I'm just the CEO.
I get you.
Yeah, do you understand?
Your job is to drive.
Yeah, it's just like I'd say balance because I know I won't be making music like on the mainstream forever.
True.
But it's something I would definitely still love to be involved in. So this is just like a me getting myself ready for that moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have artists?
I do. I have like a couple of guys like labels. If you're looking forward to sign, call me. Let me consult for you. Like I know people that will not waste your money.
Okay.
Hopefully.
But that's after you've collected the ones that will not waste your money.
I know. Yes, now. But there's a lot. Like that's the thing. Like the talent pool in Nigeria is crazy. It's crazy. Like every day. Like I'd say I listen to more underground artists than even mainstream music. Like right now for me, I listen to more underground artists because still pure. There's no need. There's no factor of, oh, I want to make a TikTok hit. I want a number one song. They're just making the music that feels best to them at that particular point in time. And music that comes from a very, very original place is the best music. Yeah.
True, I agree. And shout out to you for starting it all. Shout out to you for bringing joy to all of us. And most importantly, shout out to you for recognizing the need to grow.
Yeah.
And how you need to approach growth. In all of this, we're about to wrap this up. In all of this, what do you keep for yourself? What's yours? What stays with you at the end of all of this? At the end of you, what stays with you?
What stays with me? That's a very, very deep question.
Yeah.
What stays with me?
Because this is your entire life.
Yeah. I'd say is the fact that I decided to try and keep going regardless of whatever happened. I think I'll always hold on to that. So I know for sure that one thing I'm not going to live with is regrets.
True.
That if to say I for just try. I know I tried. I know I'm doing everything that I need to do. Do you understand? So just that mindset of, regardless of whatever happened or whatever challenges were, I kept pushing and I'll just hold on to that. And obviously, I'm balling.
Yes. That's also a good one.
And like I always say like I always say like my life is a miracle. It's a miracle. Like even my parents, like if they said who was the most likely to be an artist, they will never point at me. Even when I was in secondary school, they will never point at me. I was quiet. I was the geek. I sit down. I just like focus on my books and all of that. Like I was that very, very quiet, geeky guy. Like I didn't seem like the kind of person that was going to become a popular, famous person, even outside of Africa. Like, so I'd say I just hold on to the fact that you never know what can happen when you try. So for me, that's the one thing I hold on to, the fact that I tried and I won. I won against all odds. I know many people told Mr. Eazi that, drop this guy cannot blow. He's not giving.
You got that?
Like mad.
But I felt like your talent was really evident.
It was now. It was at that particular point in time, but if results no evidence say you try. Like but said, do you understand? Like so like I say you make the best music or whatever, but if at that point in time it wasn't forthcoming, nothing like, it's good. Where the doing is there? Do you understand? So
the numbers on the scoreboard would need to come.
Exactly. And that's where a lot of people look at the numbers. So I hold on to the fact that I was able to uplift my family, uplift myself, and do things that I never thought imaginable. Like I'm doing shows in Australia.
Yeah, beautiful.
I'm doing shows in Australia. Australia, bro.
Australia, bro.
Like, bro,
that's the end of the world.
Like I started making music from Bariga, then I go to Shomolu. And it's just like, I just want to say that to anybody out there that is like having a difficult time. I don't mind Joey Akan about all those you cannot blow, can you? You might never really know if you don't try. That's my own. Just try. Like, just try. And make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. If you're doing it because you want to be famous, give up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think because you want to have money, you will give up. So it has to boil down to the idea of you actually loving the music and nothing else. Yes, there will be some incentives when things start paying off, obviously.
Yeah.
But it still has to boil down to love for music. And one thing the music will do is to test you.
Yeah.
It will test you,
Yeah.
whether you like it or not.
Yeah, you might love music, and for a while, music will not love you back.
Exactly. The music will test you. So it's not left to you to not say that, now die, we must die here. You understand? So I'll just hold on to the fact that I tried.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for doing this. And I'm proud of you. I'm
Thank you
proud
so
of you.
much.
I'm proud of where you are
Thank
and
you
where
so
you're
much.
headed.
Thank you so much,
Blessings,
Akan.
brother.
Joey, stop discouraging upcoming artists. Stop.
Stop.
Stop.